What's going on? What's going on? Y'all know what this is, man. Owner of CMG Landscape and Maintenance. So look, y'all saw my little nephew last night, right? On the video, he was doing him a video shoot, and he trying to do music just like about 7 out of 10 young Americans, right? At one point in time, I was deep in the shows in Missouri, Columbus, Georgia, New York, things of that nature. This was a lot of you guys that's rapping now was a lot younger. Um, I'm saying that to say that you got, and I'm just gonna throw some numbers out there. You got about roughly, let's just call it 500 million uh, young entrepreneurs trying to do music, right? Y'all know they done changed it up significantly than what it used to be. That's one of my guys there. Turn up shit. But y'all know they changed it significantly, right? Let me tell y'all something, man. This for the older generation. This for the women. This for the men. This for anybody, man, that's really serious about breaking away from their current situation, right? And if your current situation is one where you've been controlled like a puppet on the string to build somebody else's legacy, I'm gonna just strongly recommend you get your EIN, you get your LLC, and you come in here on YouTube and you get in touch with me, or you follow me at Chris Connections on Instagram, or you can follow me on TikTok at Chris Connections 1, right? And it's just a suggestion. I want you to, wherever y'all at, whoever on this live, I want you to look out your window, right? I want you to look outside and tell me what you see, right? Even if you at somebody else, building somebody else's legacy right now, and you look outside, I want you to tell me what you're gonna see. You're gonna see grass, you're gonna see trees, you're gonna see leaves, or you're gonna see snow, right? You're gonna see one or the other. And anybody can stop me when I'm wrong, right? So landscaping, guys, is one of the easiest accessible businesses, companies to start and run, right? So, and if you somebody that have trouble with understanding how to get an LLC or EIN, I want you to also reach out to me on one of these platforms, right? So naturally, I'm back up at the place where the most money gonna come from, right? So let me explain something to y'all. In 2017, what I did, and y'all gonna continuously hear this story because what I want to do is hustle and motivate, right? I want to inspire some of you guys and some of you ladies to fully understand the concept of what it is that I do, right? Now, in the daytime, I'm a landscaper. When I'm off, I'm a father. I'm a man first, right? I'm a service worker, right? I'm somebody that builds teams. I'm somebody that completes services of different magnitudes, but the main one everybody know me by is landscaping. So in 2017, y'all, I started a landscape company. I walked off my job, didn't know what I was gonna do. I saved up a little bit of money, so I wasn't too worried, but I didn't want to spend that money that I had saved. It was a few thousand. I didn't want to spend it. So I say, how can I keep it and possibly add to it? The first thing I thought about when I was younger I used to always cut grass and I used to cut grass and pump gas at about 6 years old for dollars, right? So I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna just get me a lawnmower. Got a lawnmower, right? I cut grass for about 90 days every day, 7 days a week, from 6 a.m. to about 10 p.m. Some days. I would actually cut grass with my headlights of my truck, right? And then something took place. Somebody noticed me and asked me, could I bid on the project, right? They asked me, hey, we want you to go take a look at something. We like your work. We want to see if you can bid on the project, right? So what I did, I went and I gave this bigger company a quote. At the time, I didn't know then that I was doing an RFQ, a request for a quote. Now they hired me. Then they flipped and said, oh yeah, we need your certifications. So me, I'm new at it. I'm like, what certification? I ain't know you needed no certification to cut grass. So then they started to explain to me what these certifications was. One of them was DBE, Disadvantaged Business Enterprise certification, right? So you got DBE, you got MBE, you got WOSB. There's different sectors in government contracting that you can abide by, guys, that'll change the whole dynamics of how you see landscaping, right? Now, the average person gonna say, man, I don't want no landscape business, no landscape company. But if you lock in on one of these platforms, I'm gonna show you how you can start growing, scale a landscape company, and you can do kind of similar to what I'm doing, right? Right now, I'm just making sure that we meeting the expectation of the person that hired my company, right? I'm going somewhere after I leave her to check on it. But y'all, everything landscape, right? Everything. So I really would like for some of y'all to consider changing the way you looking at landscape. Matter of fact, change the way that you looking at service-based and product-based businesses as a whole. Because the information that I had obtained and got hold of, it changed the dynamics for me tremendously, drastically, right? So when I got my EIN and my LLC, then what I did was I started to again, I wanted to keep that money that I had made from my regular job. So I started saying, okay, how can I get some more money without having to spend my money that I saved at my prior job before I started my company? So then I started dibbling and dabbling with my business credit, right? So in the midst of that, I started to play with my own, figured out I needed at least a 80 to a 90 paydex score to be able to get loans and credit cards where I can leverage that credit and turn it into cash, right? But the first thing I had to do, y'all, I had to get my personal credit up to par in order so I wouldn't run into no loopholes, right? Now, the beautiful part about business credit and your personal credit is when your business credit, they don't hold you solely responsible for the things that you may not pay, right? They'll hold your business responsible. Guess what the sweet part is about that? If you get too far gone, all you got to do is create another business to start over, right? Now, I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest that you try to abide by whatever it is, come up with a master plan or whatever it is that you done set for yourself, right? Excuse me, yeah. But if you is somebody that want to start growing scale, your own landscape company, whether you know how to do landscaping or not, man, tap in with me on one of these platforms. When I'm telling y'all, I had no clue of what I was doing in the beginning. I used to be tearing people's yards up. I ain't gonna lie. Total transparency. I was turning folks. I was learning as I was going. But guess what? While I was learning, the checks was coming in. Right? And then I started to notice, damn, once I got my certifications, right, these certifications that I just mentioned, I started to notice that, hey, I didn't even have to be the one to do the landscaping. I just the one had to be structured right so I can get the job. So that's what I'm showing a lot of y'all how to do, right? I'm showing you how to bypass what I had to go through. Boy, it was some scrapes, it was some bruises. Oh, man. So you won't need an in-house crew like I got. You see how my guy's back there somewhere. You won't need them. You won't need your own with the way that I'm gonna show you how to do it. All you're gonna need is the proper structure to work with one of the three agencies. And that's gonna be your local, your federal, or your state government agency, right? So right now, there's some landscapers out there that's been calling me. They've been DMing me, asking me am I hiring, asking me can they get a job, but they already say they got a landscape company. When I ask them do they got a business checking and savings account, they say no. When I ask them are they articles of incorporation filed properly, they say no. So with that being said, y'all, if the answer is no, you do not yet have a landscape business. If you want to properly structure your landscape company business on one of these platforms, man, get with me. I'm telling y'all now. Everything is landscape. There's not a city, not a state, not a county you can go. I'm here to tell y'all, I had no experience when I started in 2017. None. Outside of what I had done for my grandma at my grandma's house, right? Yeah, and when y'all check these links in my bios, I got information on there how I'm transforming my pain into purpose. It just so happened my pain, I learned to embrace it. And I'm flipping it inside out. And I'm exercising life skills through landscaping. You ain't got to rap. Bro, you ain't got to make no music. Put it this way. My nephew been rapping for about 3 years now. He haven't been discovered, and he's nice. He's good. He's nice. It's been 72 months. Listen, right now it's January. January, February, March. Right? 3, 6, 90 days until the spring come. As of right now, if you go on the procurement portals, all the solicitations start next month and the month after that. So right now is the time when y'all see landscape companies, individuals like me moving around in the wintertime, that's because they done locked the job down before, prior to when you seen them. That 6 months, a year before that, right? So like this job here, right? I won this about 3 or 4 months ago. So the guys that's asking me, can they get a job? They would be on some of these projects that last 1 to 5 years. But instead of getting a job, what my suggestion would be, if you do have a landscape skill, if you can take the elements of walking outside and asking somebody to do something for you, this is my job. I'm gonna show y'all how I work. I'm gonna show, look, I got shit all on me. I've been helping. I'm gonna show you how I work. This is my job. Let me show you. I'm gonna show y'all what I do for a living. Hey! 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 Do me a favor.
Yeah.
See that? You see all that stuff up there?
Yeah, clear it off the
Yeah,
gate.
could you blow it off for me?
Okay.
All right, make sure you get it before we leave. I'm gonna get out of here. You just make sure this spot tight for me. Thanks, bro. That's my job. That's my job. And look, I ain't got to be bothered with nobody. I ain't working with some people I don't like. I ain't got to worry about somebody dictating my movement. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta be bothered with none of that. All I gotta do is ask people, can you make sure you do what I'm paying you for? In a mannerable, respectable way, not because I'm the boss, but just because it gotta be done. Who can't do that? Ladies, y'all can't do what you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that. How I did this it's a book in the link. It's called Building Your Own Green Empire. I got started from day one with no experience in it until now. Tell me y'all couldn't do that. Then I'm gonna go to the airport and I'm gonna do the same thing. Then I got some crews doing residentials. I may do the same thing. You can't ask nobody, hey, could you make sure you get that for me for a living? Come on, man. Everything is landscape. Everything. So, what the main reason, guys, I done start coming on this here, subconsciously, somebody said I was gatekeeping. They saw me being awarded all these contracts. Like, hold on, bro, how you doing that? You a gatekeeper. I ain't even know what gatekeeping was, to be honest. I was too busy doing landscaping. I wasn't worried about what a gatekeeper is and what a gatekeeper ain't. But when I done my research, yeah, I kind of was gatekeeper. But now that the gate is wide open, right? The jig is up, the cat out the bag. Listen, guys, you don't need landscape experience. You don't have to know how to do it, right? You don't need no whole bunch of money to start. And if you do need some money, I'm gonna show you how to start your credit process where you get a 700 plus credit score. We're gonna build you a strong business profile where you can get these credit cards, right? And you can get you some loans, some 0%, 12-month loans, and fund what you need. Y'all gotta tap in though. Like I say, the gate wide open. And honestly, I apologize for the wait. Y'all know what I mean? But yeah, man, if you somebody that want to start growing scale your own service or product-based business and learn how to work with the 3 agencies, one of the 3 or all of the 3, hit the link in the bios. It's a tutorial in there. It breaks down the DBE, where as long as you own 51% of your company, if you own 51% and you make less than 1.36 million per fiscal year, then you too can be qualified and certified as a DBE contractor. Yes, you can. That's a real thing. That's how I got in. That's how I got to the spot where I'm able to ask somebody, hey, can you? I'm at work. I'm on the clock. This is how it looks for me on the daily. I love my job. Yeah, I love what I do. You know what I mean? So whatever your pain is, man, you too can turn your pain into purpose by way of life skills through landscape. You can. And all I'm trying to do is plant seeds. I'm planting seeds right now. I'm planting seeds for the harvest, for your harvest, my harvest. Look, me teaching you what I know not gonna stop me and no, right? It could be 5,000 of y'all willing to jump on board and willing to start. It's not enough of us to contain the land. You don't have enough willing participants to even tame the land, better known, think that it's saturated. You don't have to know. All you got to do is know what it looked like, what looked decent. So if you know how to clean up your room, or clean out a closet, or clean out the inside of a vehicle and know what it looks like when it's decent, landscaping is the same thing. It's the same thing. With that being said, though, man, y'all tap in. Like I say, if you don't have a payday score 80 to 90, then tap in. We gon' work on that. If you don't have your EIN and your LLC, right, if your articles of incorporation are not properly filed, tap in or hit the link. It's in there. But y'all let me know, man. Right now, I'm gonna go take lunch break. Yeah, it must be nice. With that being said, man, y'all do your best to being the best version of yourself. We out.